All right, buckle up, because today's deep dive takes us into the heart of a legend.
You've stumbled upon some stories about this guy, Panda, and his epic golf trips, and let me tell you, these are no ordinary vacations.
We're talking the kind of adventures that become whispered tales among friends. And trust me, you're going to want in on the secret sauce that makes these trips so legendary.
What's fascinating here is that it's not just about the golf, it's the characters, the camaraderie, the unexpected moments that turn into unforgettable stories.
Exactly. So, first things first, Panda's real name is Adolfo Ramirez, and he's the mastermind behind these excursions. This year's destination, Ireland, with a crew of 8 close friends.
Already sounds like a recipe for a good time, but wait, there's more. They're posted up in Bushmills, soaking in the local culture, and probably a fair bit of Irish whiskey.
You know, they say when in Rome, or in this case, Bushmills.
It seems like they really embraced the local spirit, literally.
Speaking of spirits, we got to talk about Eugenio. This guy packs for any and every situation. I'm talking a whole travel-sized pharmacy in his suitcase. But the real head-scratcher,
He always packs Vaseline.
I mean, always. His buddy Pocatera gets a real kick out of it, though the reason why is anyone's guess.
Maybe an inside joke.
What do you think?
It definitely adds to the intrigue. But every good road trip needs a designated driver. And luckily for this crew, Jesus seems to be the one keeping them on the straight and narrow. Or at least getting them to the next tee off on time.
Right. Imagine the miles they must rack up on these trips. And speaking of navigating new territory, they've got Hector along for the ride who's convinced he's fluent in Gaelic.
Only problem is, people keep mistaking him for something else entirely.
Lost in translation, perhaps. I'm dying to know what those conversations were like.
Me too. But it reminds me of another memorable event, this time fueled by music. One night, the group ends up at a karaoke bar, and their friend, Javier, is determined to belt out his go-to karaoke anthem, Mi Viejo San Juan.
Oh no, don't tell me they didn't have it.
They didn't. But did that stop Javier? Not a chance. This guy goes full a cappella, pouring his heart out in Spanish to a pub full of Irish locals.
And here's the kicker. They loved it.
It really speaks to the power of music to transcend cultural barriers.
Absolutely. But let's talk about the wild card of the group, Villa. He's earned himself the nickname Mr. Sunshine, which, knowing this group, is probably dripping with sarcasm. Apparently, Villa's got a bit of a temper on the golf course.
Enough so that his friends place bets on when he'll snap. You have to wonder what's more competitive, the actual game or predicting Villa's next outburst.
I know, right? You'd think a golf trip would be the ultimate way to unwind, but some people just can't turn off that competitive spirit. And then there's Pocatera, who's always got this mysterious general he threatens to call in whenever things get dicey.
Is it a real person? A figure of speech?
Who knows?
It's like his own personal cavalry ready to swoop in at a moment's notice. But speaking of cliffhangers, the real mystery here is what went down on their next trip to Scotland.
Rumors are flying about Guillermo getting banned from the old course at St. Andrews.
Banned?
That's serious. Apparently it involved using gorse bushes as a bathroom and playing a few holes in his underwear.
You gotta wonder what possesses a man to do such things.
Right. And what does this say about the kind of shenanigans that unfold on Panda's trips?
I guess we'll have to wait for the next chapter of this saga to find out.
Exactly.
Hmm.
This deep dive has me convinced Panda's golf trips are more than just vacations. They're legendary for a reason. It's the people, the unpredictable events, the sheer absurdity of it all that makes these stories so captivating.
Makes you wonder what tales they'll bring back from Scotland.